Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Thursday, August 30th at approximately 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm coming to you today with a FlossTube update. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross-stitch and crafts, some other hobbies I have including ghost hunting and diamond painting and reading and camping and this, that, and the other thing. And this just happens to be episode number 140. So welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be mostly about cross stitch. I have kind of a little thing that I'd like to share with you as well that isn't exactly like super pleasant, but I kind of want to put this out there. And also I'm going to share with you some haul, I'm going to share with you some updates, and I'm going to share with you some plans for September, since we only have one more day in August. So if you're new to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully you'll find something here that you can use. You will be enabled some inspiration that you will get to maybe start another craft if you're new to cross stitch, or just some interesting stuff that maybe something you haven't watched before. Just, you know, hopefully you'll find something here that will keep you coming back. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much for coming back. It's always great to spend time with friends here on my channel, and I'm looking forward to spending even more time with you guys as the rest of the year moseys on by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I love spending time with my good friends here on YouTube, and hopefully we can share some more experiences together. If you're a new watcher or a returning watcher but you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to click the subscription button below and also the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. Most recently, my content has been coming generally about once a month, but I've been trying to get back onto track for about every 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since my last update. So, yeah. One thing you'll notice, maybe if you've watched some of my other channels, is I have new glasses. Went to the eye doctor on Tuesday this last week, a week ago, and had my annual eye exam. For some reason, I was under the impression that my eye exam was back in March, but they confirmed for me that no, it was last August. So yes, indeed, I was up for new glasses, and I got them. Hopefully, you know, hopefully they're really cute. I like them. They have a little tinge of blue, and they're a little lighter weight than my other glasses were, and the lenses are a little smaller. I have to get used to seeing the frames because in my other pair of glasses had just a real thin wire frame, and you know, the frame wasn't as noticeable when I'm kind of looking around. But anyway, I got new glasses. So I'm gonna start this today's video a little somberly. Sorry, I just had to make sure that there was no messages coming through. So I've been watching YouTube videos for a long time, and as you know, there are tons and tons and tons of different things you can watch on YouTube. One of the hobbies that my husband and I enjoy is we really like tent camping, and I have been watching quite a few camping videos and camping channels on YouTube. There's RV camping and tiny living and stealth camping videos. It's where they, you know, find some place that you normally shouldn't camp, and they go camp there overnight and they film their experience. Because of life and the pandemic and everything, my husband and I haven't been tent camping in probably going on 6 years now. And we still have all our equipment, and we're really itching to go. So to kind of help pass the time as I'm sitting at home working or at work working, I usually listen to a few outdoor camping channels. One of them is AB Camping, and it is Tony and his dog Bruce. They go camping in the rain a lot. They live in New Zealand, and so I've been watching him. Another one that I've been watching a lot of, and I look forward to his videos every week, is a gentleman that does stealth camping. His name, he's in Canada, and his name is Steve Wallace. And his channel is known throughout the camping kind of YouTube subgroup as Camping with Steve, because that's kind of how he was opening his channel intros. And his name is Steve Wallace. That's STEVE WALLIS. I'll put a link to his channel down below. But a lot of his inspiration came from his wife, and he always referred to his wife as beautiful wife. Well, this last week, Steve's video kind of shocked the stealth camping community to a degree. His wife, Jess, well, let me just kind of preface this. But anyway, so his videos are usually upbeat and kind of funny, and you know, they're kind of interesting, and he always tells you do what he says, not what he does sometimes, because sometimes, you know, what he does could get other people into a lot of trouble, but for some reason it's kept him out of trouble. And he always called his wife on his videos beautiful wife, and this, that, and the other thing. So his channel is really fun. It's really entertaining. I really like watching it. He's easy to listen to, and he's also very easy to watch. He's very down to earth, just very open and very straightforward with a lot of stuff. Thursday morning's video though was different. Steve started the video with just focusing on his camping chair in the woods. They have a what they call a compound, or not the compound, but they have a piece of property that they've been working on in Canada somewhere where they live, and this video starts with just a chair in the woods on his property, and he sits down, and he's not the typical Steve. Then he proceeds to say that a week ago Saturday, he and his beautiful wife, went to bed on Saturday night, and he was the only one that woke up on Sunday morning. It was really sad. You can totally tell the devastation in his voice. And just his mannerisms. He's a little beside himself. It was, about 5-6 days after her passing, and he's still trying to cope with it. He's got a lot of some support in the YouTube stealth camping community, the outdoor community. A lot of people respect him for what he's been doing, and he's going through a really hard time right now. So he's one of my favorite outdoor camping and outdoor video content creators on YouTube, and it's hard. It's shocking. I honestly don't know what I would do if, between my husband and I was the only one that woke up one morning. I don't know what I would do. So if you can, I will put the link to Steve's channel down below. There's a lot of different things that you can do. His wife Jess used to like to help the not so fortunate people in her area. She used to donate to food pantries and help out in any way she could like that. So give to your food banks, give to your food pantries, everything like that. My husband and I, every time we go shopping, our Kroger grocery stores here allow us to round up our food totals, and it goes to Mid-Ohio Food Bank, and we usually round up 2 or 3 times every time we shop. So the first time will usually be just the cents to bring it up to the next dollar, and then we usually tack on another $1 or 2. It's the easiest way for us to donate to the food bank here in Columbus. I know Kroger stores and other grocery chains that might be linked across the country don't necessarily have the same kind of programs that we have here in Central Ohio, but we're doing that And I'd just like to say I'm really sorry, Steve, and hopefully you have the strength from the community to pull through and continue on, because losing you like you've lost your wife will be hard for a lot of people. So take care, take all the time you need, and we'll see you soon. Give me just a second. Alright, so welcome back to my channel. So I had to take a little break. That was a little sad and a little serious, but he's a very well respected YouTube content creator throughout many different groups of people, and hopefully this time he'll have the support he needs to carry on. So if you can, give him a watch, give him a like, subscribe to his channel. There's other ways, you know, other content creators out there are doing tributes, and kind of also giving suggestions on how you can kind of help support them without kind of directly being in contact with him. So if you can, and if you're interested in how, I would just start seeing if you can find YouTube videos about condolences to Steve Wallace and beautiful wife. So yeah, go ahead and do that. So anyway, welcome back. This is today I'm going to be talking to you mostly about cross stitch. It's everything I'm going to show you is related to cross stitch. I have some haul to show you. I have some stitching updates to talk to you about, and most importantly, the biggest section of this is probably going to be plans for September, because September starts in 2 days. So yeah, we will get into that. And I am going to start off with some haul. So one of the first things that I got, or one of the things that I did get this this past couple of weeks, is I got the newest issue of, I have to remember to put it over here because I have more room, Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is the October 2022 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. I have a subscription. Your Just Cross Stitch magazine subscription does not include the Halloween ornament issue. So if you're interested in subscribing to get the Halloween ornament issue or the Christmas ornament issue, you will get the Christmas ornament issue with your subscription, but the Halloween ornament issue is not included. That is a separate purchase. So there's a couple of different things that I thought were cute. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough. If you watch Zook Stitch here on YouTube, Carolyn Zook, she has a video that she just put up a day or two ago with the walkthrough, the flip through for this issue. So you can go to her channel and walk through it with her. It's Zook Stitch. I will hopefully remember to put the link to her channel below. But a couple of the highlights of this, I thought this was a really neat piece. This is artwork by Lucy Lau, L-A-U-X. I'm assuming that's how you say it. It might be Lucy Liu. Lucy Lau, L-A-U-X, of Lucy Lau Designs. So that's a really interesting autumn scene. I was doing a second flip through of this, and I didn't notice that one before, but that kind of stuck out at me earlier. This, Warm Autumn, and it's a little band. You stitch the little sign, and it goes around the pumpkin. And the interesting thing is the design in this. Those are all stitches, like just regular cross stitches. It looks like it could be like back stitching and stuff, but it's all stitching. So that looks like that would be a really quick stitch. One of the other things in here that I thought I might like, they have gourds. One of the other things I really thought was cute was this Fall Friends. Look at the squirrel's tail. It's plaid. It makes me laugh. And they have their pumpkin lattes. So, those Fall Friends. And then the last one that really struck my fancy in here. Oh, there's a couple of them actually. Yeah, let me show you that one too. There's a couple of small Halloween ornaments. The one that really caught my eye is this fence of the fence post with the pumpkins over here. That one really caught my eye. And then there is a little smaller full coverage piece in here that I'm probably at some point going to end up stitching. And this is called Dancing Witches. Dancing Witches. Sorry, my eyes are watering and itching just a little bit. So that is the October 2022 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine that came in the mail. All right, I did that. I have some notes down here that I'm looking at, by the way. And then I have a cat. My cat Harvey is sitting down beside me on the thing. There it is. So those of you that have watched me in the past know that occasionally I purchase floss from a person by the name of Mo Bittner. They sell their floss in their Facebook group, Mo's Sale. And I just got another hank of silk floss. Their hanks are 100 yards. They hand dye the floss and then they put it up for sale on their Facebook group on Saturdays. And how you claim it is you just put "me please." They'll tell you how many skeins of each color they have for sale, and you just claim "me please," and then however many hanks and skeins and whatnot that you want. But so you have Mo's Sale, and that's how you can find it on Facebook. It's Mo's Sale. This is called Ice Pumpkin. And it's oranges and greens. It's really pretty. Has a really nice flavor. Mo usually always sends little candies with their floss, but this is Mo Sale Ice Pumpkin. Really pretty fall colors. So that came in the mail. I'm also in the BeStitchMe Facebook group. BeStitchMe is another fabric and floss dyer, and a couple times a month on Friday nights they host what's called Friday Night Fight Night, and they'll prepare during the week before and usually dye floss and fabric, mostly fabric, for their Friday Night Fight Night. And so at 10 o'clock Eastern time on Friday night, during their fight nights, they'll post all the pictures of all the things, all the pieces of fabric that they've dyed for the event. And first person to claim the picture with "me please" usually wins the option to purchase that piece of fabric. And there's all different kinds of colors. Each week is different. Sometimes she might have carryovers and stuff that doesn't sell, and they'll put it up for sale. So 2 Fridays ago I claimed a piece of fabric, and that came in actually yesterday. So this is from BeStitchMe. This one is called Heat Waves, and this is a piece of 40 count even weave in the colorway Heat Waves. And this is from BeStitchMe. So we have a nice orange mottled color. It washes it out. That's more the color for it. This is called Heat Waves. It's an 18 by 27 piece. This is 40 count. Look at that. I think the inside, this side, is a little better. It has a little better modeling. So I have an idea in my haul video as well. I may be well, I'm going to be sharing with you. I signed up for the hands-on design costume party stitch along that is coming very soon. I don't know if it starts September 1st or like around the September 15th, but I did look online yesterday, and the costume party stitch along on Hands-On Design's website is temporarily closed, and it'll be closed until after the stitch along has happened, and then they will open the pattern back up for purchase. So the stitch along is now closed, but I did sign up for it, And one of the things that you can also do is sign up for the costume party. You can get thread drops and whatnot by a couple of different people that have done different things for it. So I ordered the costume party thread drops. There's several different designs on these nice coated index card thread drops. They're really thick, really nice, but you can see it's all like costume party based. So the costume design or costume party stitch along will be happening soon, and I got involved with that. And they also got the costume party. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. You might not be able to see that. There we go. Costume party needle minder to go with it. So yes, I do have that set to go with my costume party. And depending on what the flosses come out to be, I think we got the floss list. I don't have the printout printed just yet. The initial thing that you get for signing up that tells you the flosses and stuff. But I'm kind of hoping that maybe this Heat Waves by BeStitchMe will be a good fit for the costume party. I'm hoping. Anyway, and these came from That's So Calico. You can order these from That's So Calico. So that is what I'm hopeful for. All right. So I talked about that. BeStitchMe Fright Night. Okay, and another one that another thing that I got. So I've been going through a lot of magazines that I have, digital and hard copy magazines, and there is a series of patterns that are now being released for sale by Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower. It's her Seasons of the Heart series. These patterns were first published in the 2021 issues of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and I do have those in my stash, and I've been kind of wanting to do them. So these are the printouts of the series from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This happens to be Seasons of the Heart Spring. While I was at my needle workshop last week, I picked up a piece of vintage country mocha 40 count linen, and I'm going to stitch all 4 of the Seasons of the Heart on this fabric, because my goal is to make like a little foam square and have each of the 4 seasons on the side. So all I have to do is spin the square around, but I can stick it on a table, I can stick it on a bookshelf, I can stick it on my mantle or whatnot. So this is Vintage Country Mocha, the piece that I got for them. So you can see it's really nicely modeled. The interesting thing about this is that the other side, the back side, is plain. So this is more painted fabric because the modeling is only on the one side, and I'm planning on using the modeled side for this series. I got a big enough piece that I can stitch all 4 on. I can stitch all 4 on it. There we go. So this is Vintage Country Mocha, a 40 count. So I'm hoping to maybe get those soon. So that is just some of my haul for this. What's the other way? Seasons of the Heart. Stick that back in there. Okay. All right. And so this, except for the floss, I don't have the floss in here for this. I believe almost all of these were charted with DMC floss, but there is the spring. Here is summer. Here is fall, and it's got hedgehogs. Look at these hedgehogs down here. The hedgehogs are so cute, and look at the owl. Yep, there's fall. And then this is Seasons of the Heart winter. So yes, I do have all of them, and I'm planning on stitching all 4 of them. I have a, because of, I've been getting into, more recently, seasonal patterns that I can stitch all the seasons, and the ones that depict all the months. I've been wanting to stitch all those to have different things kind of set up around the house depicting the different seasons and stuff. So I'm hoping to get more of these finished so I can start displaying stuff. I don't remember if I showed you this, but I am also getting the Under the Sea Club by Frosted Pumpkin. The newest part of the Under the Sea stitch along came out. This is where we're at so far. I believe this last part was the border with the anchors. But this is the Under the Sea Club, and one of the things that I did get, if I can find it in my bag, there it is. I ordered the Under the Sea Club needle minder magnet. So this is the, there we go, the pumpkins in the submarine. So I did get the Under the Sea needle minder, and also because nothing can ever travel by itself, I also got this, it would help if I showed you the right way. I also got this sweater needle minder, Christmas sweater. There we go. So those came. I'll hopefully be, utilizing these soon. But the Under the Sea magnet is going with my Under the Sea. I have the Under the Sea. I finally kitted up the Under the Sea thing, Under the Sea stitch along, and in my stash I had a piece of color and cotton sea glass, which I'm going to be using for the Under the Sea stitch along. Here I kitted up my threads. I haven't started it yet. I'm a little behind in that, but anyway, you can kind of get an idea of the colors on the Under the Sea. So, and this is color and cotton. This is 36 count Edinburgh linen. This was from Crazy Annie's Fabric of the Month Club from January 2020. So this is the January 2020 Crazy Annie's Fabric of the Month from Color and Cotton. And that is what I'm going to be doing Under the Sea on. This is all ready to go and all ready to get started when I'm ready to. So part of my plans for September, as you will see, kind of includes a new start. And because this is an Under the Sea, I'm planning on doing, last year I called it Saltwater September because I wanted to start Saltwater Scrapbook from Lindy Stitches in the Blue Flower. This year I don't know if I'm calling it Saltwater September again, or if I'm just doing September of the Sea, or Seaside September, or Under the Sea September. I don't know. But September I'm going to kind of focus mostly on WIPGO projects, and also stuff like the mermaids, the seahorses that you've seen before, Under the Sea, Skeleton Crew maybe, and just some other stuff that's related to stuff in the sea that you can see. So it's either going to be Saltwater September like it was last year, or September of the Sea, Seaside September, something like that. So this will probably be a new start for me in September. And this is in the Black Cat X Stitchery project bag that I purchased at StitchCon. And those hedgehogs are just adorable. Alright, so that's that, and that's that. I forgot to get into a little bit of stitchy updates. So for the last 2 weeks, I believe I was telling you about my one of my WIPGO things was to do 4 Halloween ornaments. I have now downgraded that to 2 because I'm almost completely done with this one. This is out of the 2018 Just Cross Stitch Halloween ornament issue. This is Tricky Kitty by Kathleen Burlew. This is on page 90 in that magazine issue. Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue 2018. I've been working on this mostly at home for the last 2 weeks. And this is where I've gotten to. So I did make some changes. I'm using mostly the called for DMC floss, except for, you're not going to be able to see it in the video, but the frame of the glasses is Étoile, DMC Étoile 550, and his eye pupils are DMC 310 Étoile. And then for the white in the eyes, there's a row of white around the outside of each eye. I stitched that in glow in the dark, as well as his two fangs. You can kind of see his fangs a little bit there. His fangs are also glow in the dark. And I also, when I stitched the green for the eyes, I also used a strand of the glow in the dark to go over the top of the greens in his eyes. So that is where I'm at. I'm hoping to finish this. My goal for fully finishing this is to turn him into a standee using Vanna Pfeiffer's stand-up finishing tutorial that she has. It's the same tutorial I used to do my StitchCon small for StitchCon this year. So I'm going to turn him into a little standee so he can sit on a shelf or a table or mantle or wherever. I think he's really cute. But what I have left to do, I have the pumpkin that he's holding. Basically his belly area is all I have left to finish, holding the pumpkin. And I'm planning on using some of the glow in the dark thread as well in the face of the pumpkin. You know, just to give it a little something, a little extra bling. So that is Tricky Kitty. That's all that that's mainly what I've worked on this week. So two Thursdays ago, 3 Thursdays ago, I went to, there's a local stitch group here called the Brookview Stitchers. It was started by My Crazy Life, the lady behind My Crazy Life here on YouTube. Her name is Lori Sykes. She started Brookview Stitchers because she wanted to have a local meetup group that could meet and get together and stitch every other week or so. So she started the group, and we've been meeting at in her condo's little meeting pool room, you know, little party room. And so the last 2 meetups I went to meet some of the ladies and new ladies in the area. And Lori Sykes is really nice. The first week I went, 3 weeks ago, Lori wasn't going to be there, so we met at one of the other members' houses who lives about a mile away. Her name is Andy, and this was the kit that I took to stitch there. I started Midnight Owl by Mill Hill. I might have shown this on my last video. I do not remember, but I'm showing it here for you now. Anyway, this is all that I got, was this corner up here. This is just a needle minder that I picked up for free at StitchCon. Somebody was passing them out. So there's Midnight Owl. No rhyme or reason to why I picked that needle minder. It just happened to be a needle minder nearby when I was packing up to go to the meetup. And then the last meetup was this last Thursday. We had it at Lori's condo pool room, cabana, meeting room area. And I took with me Wanda's Wands by Mill Hill. This was a kit that I had started with Carla Being Crafty. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. It started in 2020, so it was 2 years ago. Oh, goodness. Alright. That was annoying. My needle minder stuck to my other needle minder. Alright. Alright, there we go. So I started this in 2020. Carla Being Crafty, she has every year she does a black cat birthday sale, and this happened to be, you know, the one that I started to go along with her. So this is where what I have done on her so far. As you can see, I have the cat in the window, and then I worked on the light purple stuff down here during the meetup. That was all I worked on during the meetup. So that's all I've really got for updates. So I will kind of get more into plans. So I kind of talked to you a little bit about some of the plans for that I have going on. I talked to you a little bit about September of the Sea, Seaside September, Under the Sea September, or Saltwater September. That is one of the things that I am hoping to do, mainly because I have a lot of sea pieces that I need to catch up on, partly for WIPGO and partly for some other stuff. So speaking of WIPGO, let me get my WIPGO board out. So part of my September plans include trying to catch up on my WIPGO. So here is my WIPGO board. I'll put it over here. Here is my WIPGO board. And as you can see, there's quite a bit highlighted and bordered with color that isn't filled in. I haven't been doing a whole lot of going nutso trying to get my stuff completed. And I need to change that. So September is partly going to be trying to catch up, because some of them I'm over halfway through. So I just need to catch up. One of them I've actually completed that isn't called yet. Which one is the one that's completed that isn't called? Down here. So I have Hade's Hidden Harbor, which is this square down here. I already have 1,800 stitches in. My goal for the year was 1,000. So when this one gets called, it's going to be an automatic fill for me. But yeah, so September squares are this one here, which is Kringles. So that's going to be another new start for me. This is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. I do have the fabric and a good chunk of the floss. I don't know if all of the floss is in here. I'll have to finish kitting it up and then give it a good start. So the goal on this is 1,000 stitches. I'll probably just try and get some of the walls done, because that'll go the quickest to try and get me to my goal. This is not yet started, but anyway, this is Little House Needleworks Kringles. That is square 3. Square, the second square this month, is down here. A magazine project that is bigger than ornament size. There we go. So the one that I'm doing for that one is Bewitching Owl. This was a piece that I had started last year, maybe. I think I started it last year. Oh, look at that. Weird. Pumpkin has a smudge on it, and I thought it was the fabric being off. So I started this. It doesn't say when I started it. Doesn't say when I started it. So this is Bewitching Owl. This is out of the Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine from September 2012. Isn't he cute? Totally cute. Totes adorbs. And I'm doing him on black 28 count even weave. I had started this last year, but so last year where I got to on this is I just did the some of the I did the moon behind the owl. Yep. And those are the owl's ears. So rest of the goal this year is to do 1,000 more stitches for WIPGO. So that is Bewitching Owl from Cross Stitch and Needlework November. I have a couple of other owl pieces in here that I could do for one of the other challenges. So that's WIPGO for that. And then I have some of the other things. So in the magazine monthly challenge group, the magazine monthly challenge group was started by C Zook Stitch, Carolyn Zook, here on YouTube, C Zook Stitch. I'll try and remember to put her YouTube videos down below, and also the link to her magazine monthly challenge Facebook group. The initial goal of the group was to encourage people to start working on their magazine projects, because everybody knows, everybody has tons and tons and tons of magazine projects that they may not get the chance to work on. So she started the magazine monthly challenge group, and every month she comes out with a theme and an acrostic. So the original premise of the group was you'd take the theme and pick a magazine project that you have in your stash that you've been wanting to stitch, and stitch on it. You set your goal and stitch on it based on the theme. And then the acrostic, you could pick any of your projects, any of them, whether they be full coverage, magazine, printed, PDF, pattern keeper, whatever, you know, homegrown. You would take all of your projects and pick a couple that match the word for the acrostic, the letters for the word for the acrostic, pick your goals and stitch on them. So September 2022 Magazine Monthly Challenge, the theme is travel and the acrostic is explore. I don't have the L and the E picked out just yet, but as you can see, this is going to be based on my WIPGO, because some of my unfinished WIPGO pieces are pretty much all of these. And I set my sights really low on these because also in the Magazine Monthly Challenge group for the month of September, they do what's called AB Singo, which is bingo, but you fill out the bingo card with the letters of the alphabet. Because there's 25 bingo card squares, they take out one letter of the 26-letter alphabet. So this year, the letter that is not included is H. So they always try and pick a letter that's a little easier to fill out and pull that from the bingo card. So what you do is you take each one of the letters and attach it to one of your projects. So here is my AB Singo planning worksheet. So I have Amid Amish Life, Bewitching Owl that you just saw, Hands-on Design Cookie Exchange. D is dive, anything you see on a dive, so it's anything related to the sea. Eek Ghosts for E, for Grim Grinning Ghosts. That is a stitch along that I have to catch up with. F is Santa of the Forest. G is Grim Grinning Ghosts again. I is Ice, Snow Village. J is a Just Cross Stitch Magazine pattern. K is Kelp. I'm doing Seahorses of the Month from Fireside Originals. L is Lifestyle for Amid Amish Life. It's Amish Lifestyle. M is a Mill Hill Kit. N is a New Start, which can either be Kringles or Under the Sea for me. O is Bewitching Owl again. P is Welcome to Pumpkinville by the Frosted Pumpkin. Q is Quiet Pace. It's going to be Amid Amish Life again. R is Row Your Boat, Saltwater Scrapbook. S is Seahorses by Fireside Originals. T is The Tabletopper Pumpkins by Dutch Treat Designs. U is Under the Sea, any sea project, so it can be any of the ones already picked or a new one. V is Snow Village. W is Wanda's Wands. X is an extra, stitch a project already called for another 100 stitches. Y is Yellows. I'm planning on using Bewitching Owl for that because of all the yellows in it. And Z is any project I have in a Ziploc bag, because I couldn't come up with anything. So here is my AB Singo thing. You can see the letters are randomly placed in the boxes. So the evening before, Carolyn Zook will get on the Facebook group and pick a letter for the next day. So that next day, your goal is to stitch 100 stitches or 1 hour on that project. So she, for the first 25 days of the month, she is calling 25 numbers. And then the last 5 days of the month or so, you have to catch up, to finish off whatever, do whatever you want, stitch whatever you want. But the whole goal is to every day for the first 25 days of September, based on the letter called, you work on that project that day for 100 stitches or an hour. So all of my projects are going to be for at least 100 stitches. Some of them are on here twice, so they'll get multiple sets of 100 stitches, which is really good because a lot of these are WIPGO pieces that I have to catch up on. So I can kind of go through them. I don't think I have South Seas Mermaid on here, but one of the things that I did, well, all right, let me just go through this. This is Pumpkin Table Topper. This is by Dutch Treat Designs, and this is a piece that kind of has a little bit of a story to it. I had lost the pattern, so I had to buy the pattern again. Luckily, Cross My Heart, my local needle workshop here in Columbus, still had it. And this is on a piece of Ann cloth because it's just supposed to be a table topper. And as you can see, that is all I have done. So my goal is 100 stitches on it. Chances are very likely I'm going to be working on this pumpkin right here. And this is using, because it's Ann cloth, this is using DMC what? DMC, oh, this is Anchor Pearl Cotton. Doesn't say what size pearl cotton. Oh, it's DMC and I think it's DMC and Anchor Pearl Cotton. But one of the other things too is Karen, use Karen collection. There's this nice variegated Karen thread in here. So it calls for DMC size 5 pearl cotton in 3 colors, Karen watercolored threads in burnt toast, and DMC size 12 pearl cotton in a crew. Oh, there's 6 colors of DMC size 5 pearl cotton, and this is called Karen burnt toast. This is a burnt toast, and it's also pearl cotton. This is a really fun stitch. Ann cloth is interesting to work on, but this is going to be basically just a table topper that you set on your table for display. I have this square down here finished with the leaves, but that's pretty much what it is. I started this a long time ago, you guys, but I had lost the pattern, so I had to have Cross My Heart look up the pattern for me and reorder it because they didn't initially have it in stock anymore when I was looking to continue this. But this is Pumpkin Table Topper by Dutch Treat Designs. So that is one of my AB Singos. That is for tea, I believe. So this will get at least a little bit of love. Like I said, I'm hoping to get some seasonal stuff worked on and completed now, so we can start displaying some of my finished stuff in the new house, or in our house now. So this is just in my little plastic mesh project bag, and it fits nicely, but it fits a little snug. So there's that. This one is Fireside Original Seahorses. I think you saw me working on this for March Madness. So that is the seahorses. And This is also in a Ziploc bag, so that means I can probably pull this out more than once. This is where I got to. This is partly for kelp. This is supposed to be kelp or seaweed. This is February. This is only, there's another seahorse that goes right here, but I'm trying to get this area done here. This is January. This will be January over here. So I'm trying to work on seahorses. That has to go back down there. So hopefully this will get some loving during AB Singo. Okay. Trying to keep a little bit of an eye on the time because I have to go pick up my husband here. So this was a set of patterns that was released by Carol Grant. Carol Grant is one of the co-owners of my local needlework shop here in Columbus, Cross My Heart. She is the designer behind Fireside Originals. So you can go to, I believe it's firesideoriginals.com to look at her stuff, or you can even call Cross My Heart. Other stores also have it, but she is one of the co-owners of my local needlework shop here in town. And all of these are gonna fall. Last year, a lot of people were doing hands-on design cookie exchange. This is one of my other pieces for BeStitchMe for Christmas. But yeah, trying to find a picture. So we'll just use this one. That is Cookie Exchange by Hands On Design. This one is the closest piece I have to a finish right now. So for WIPGO, I need to finish this. And I'm really close on this, you guys, thanks to March Madness. I got pretty close. This is where I'm at. So I have some of the berries and stuff to do down here. I have some of the back stitching to do. The cover to the cookie thing. I have some back stitching and a couple more stitches to add to this. And it'll be done. So, Hands-On Design Cookie Exchange. And that'll go for a couple of different finishes this year for WIPGO and whatnot. This is a Dollar Tree bag from a couple of years ago. I believe it is 2019. Dollar Tree was selling these, and all my projects just went on the floor. Was selling these bags for $1. I thought they were cute, so I picked up a couple. But this is Snow Village by Little House Needleworks, Country Cottage Needleworks. Snow Village. It's that series that they have out. I'm doing this on 32 count Picture This Plus gray with the called for floss 2/2. I started this in November of 2020. This is where I'm currently at. My goal on this, I think, is another 1,000 stitches. So I essentially have the middle done. And I've started working on the house on this side. You can see I've gotten the snow at the base of the house done. So my goal, I don't have any of the back stitching done on it yet. The back stitching will probably come a little later, but that is where I'm at on Snow Village. I'm doing them all on one piece, all on the same piece of fabric. So that is Snow Village. This is going to be part of AB Singo. And all of these are part of AB Singo, which is why they're down here and why I'm showing them. This is Grim Grinning Ghosts. I don't have a picture per se of what it's going to be like. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Grinning Ghosts. Grim Grinning Ghost Cell. So I will show you a picture of kind of what other people's Grim Grinning Ghost sals have looked like, their finishes. This is an example of one of the finishes for Grim Grinning Ghosts. It's loosely based on the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. People have modified the rooms. People have added stuff to theirs. This is what somebody's rendition of it looks like. The room in the middle, the stretching portrait room, I am doing one that is over one that has all 4 stretching portraits in it. But this is just an example of somebody's Grim Grinning Ghost Sal Haunted Mansion. So, and it's based on the Disneyland ride. I'm not going to take it out of the box. Well, yeah, I guess I should. Because this is another Ziploc bag project, so this might come out multiple times through AB Singo. All I got in here, all I got done is part of the columns and the floor for the middle room. This is where I'm going to be putting the 4 stretching portraits. And as you can see, I also have a Hitchhiking Ghost needle minder on my thing. It's not gonna focus, but Hitchhiking Ghost needle minder on my Grim Grinning Ghost thing. So that project will be coming out a couple of times this month for AB Singo, and it's also a WIPGO piece. I still have to get 1,000 stitches on this for Square 9. Square 9 was a neglected stitch along, and I haven't worked on this probably in a good year or 2. So there's that. My next one, I picked this one. I had a Square 20 for August was a Mirabilia or MLI project, a whip or new start. Since I'm doing Seaside September or Saltwater September, I picked this out. This is the South Seas Mermaid. The South Seas Mermaid. It's a Mirabilia. And I have this on my scroll frame. I use the Easy Stitch. Oh, that's Santa of the Forest. Where is she at? Oh, she's behind me. Picked the wrong thing. I have a little bit of her scrolled up into the scroll frame up here, but this is where she is at. So I'm going to be working on her for at least a little bit. I have to get 1,000 stitches in on her. So I'll be working on her for part of this. That is going to be for WIPGO Focus. So this is also in a Ziploc bag, really. So this could come out for Z. I have quite a few choices for Z. For AB Singo. So there's that. Alright. Santa of the Forest is another WIPGO one. You guys are all familiar with this. This is a MLI, Marilyn Leavitt Emblem. Santa of the Forest. I have only about 500 stitches left to finish for WIPGO. But this is where I'm at. I'm working, most of my stitches this year have been in his beard. I'm working on his beard fill-in. So it's going to be easy fill-in. But I plan on doing his face over one. But I basically have just, I have the owl that's sitting on his shoulder over here. And his face and his hood. And that's about it. Oh, and the rest of his gold staff comes up. But yeah, so this is my Santa of the Forest. Santa of the Forest. Down there. Then I have in my Downton Abbey Garon Toten Bags bag. This is Welcome to Pumpkinville. This is one of the letters on AB Singo. You're all probably pretty familiar with Welcome to Pumpkinville. This is where I'm at. I'm working on this building here. So that will be hopefully getting some love. Then the next one is Saltwater Scrapbook by Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. I am doing them all together as one. This was a collaboration piece. I need some more stitches on this, and this will be coming out. I also got the project bag with the whales and whatnot for it as a kit from Lindy Stitches when it first came out. So. This is where I got to in my original WIPGO goal for this was 2 full squares on the pet piece. So I was able to get most of this square done. I'm just going to continue working on this square. The octopus is done, but I'm just going to continue working on this square. And I also got the called for floss. This is Fabrics by Stephanie in Silver Mist. It's 40 count linen. I'm using the called for weeks and DMC floss. The project bag is by 805 Stitcher. I started this September 12th of last year. So I'm hoping to get some really good progress on this piece for AB Singo. And also I need it for WIPGO as well. Unfortunately, the size of Q-snap that I have my pattern in won't allow me to close up the project bag very easily, very much at all. Alright, and then the last piece that I have on my list you guys have seen before. This is Amid Amish Life. This came out, originally was published in a magazine. I'm not going to show you the color version of all 3 pieces, but here is the Amid Amish Life, and you can see it's that big piece that was published in 3 parts. This came out of the Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine from 1987, I believe. My card has scrunched it up. The card is scrunched up. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine, May, June, July, August, and September, October, 1987. I'm doing this on Picture This Plus 32 count Mercedes Lugana 2/2 using pretty much the called for flosses. And I am squishing all 3 pieces. I am squishing all 3 pieces into one. So this first pattern here, you can see ends part of the way through the house. But as you can see, I'm stitching them all together. So this is going to be a pretty epic piece when it's all said and done. But yeah, so I'm actually kind of working on filling in the house with all the white and everything like that. So this will be a pretty quick stitch for me to finish. I still have to also do the family down here and the mother hanging out the quilt laundry. So there you go. Amid Amish Life. And that's it for all of my pieces. This is also in a Ziploc bag. So this can also come out again for the letter Z for AB Singo. And that does it for my plans. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff on the floor now. Yep. So that does it for the plans that I have for September. One of the other things I wanted to add, let me get this back in here before I forget. One of the other things I wanted to add, and I have to get going here in a bit, the end of September, September 30th through October 2nd, Mom and I are going to Camp Gotta Stitch. Camp Gotta Stitch is a stitching retreat hosted by my local needle workshop here in Columbus, Cross My Heart Limited. I will put their contact information below. They host an annual stitching retreat up in Amish country, which is about an hour to an hour and a half northeast here of Columbus. In Amish country, Millersburg, Berlin, Ohio, kind of in that Millersburg, Berlin, Ohio Amish area up there. And it's just a basic, quite small stitching retreat where all you do is get together and stitch and eat and sleep and stitch some more and talk. There's no real structure to it. Throughout the weekend, you get various crafts related to the theme of the event for the weekend. You do get swag bags, you do get stuff. It's a lot of fun. There's usually about 60 people to go. I don't know if they're 100% filled or if they're still taking registrations for it, but I will put their contact information below. You do have to call the shop if you're interested in going to the retreat September 30th through October 2nd. They can give you all the details when you call them. They are closed on Mondays, but you can give them, you can talk to them. They're closed Sundays and Mondays, actually, but you can talk to them and get the information and see if you can still register for the retreat. Last I knew, I think they had about 20 openings left. So the retreat's currently about 45 people or so, give or take. And it may be full. I don't know 100%. But if you're interested in going to the retreat that Mom and I are going to at the end of September, I encourage you to contact Cross My Heart and see if you can get on their list. If not for this year, you can get on the waiting list for next year. It's a really nice, really well thought out, just a relaxing stitching weekend if that's all you want to do. So I encourage you to go there and do that. So other than seaside, saltwater, September of the sea, whatever, September, I'm going to be focusing on WIPGO. I'm going to be doing AB Singo for the Magazine Monthly Challenge, and just trying to get some WIPGO stuff knocked out this month because I just really want to kind of go into the holiday season with kind of an open slate. Plans change. We'll see how things go. I have a doctor's visit, a dentist visit. I just had my eyes done, so I have a lot of stuff going on, like health-wise, coming up in the next couple of weeks. So depending on how things go with that, plans may change, but that is what we're looking at. Hopefully my husband and I can make a trip and finally go camping, or at least get out of town to one of our favorite camping locations sometime in October. That's our hope. But we will see. Again, if you can, please say a quiet prayer for Steve Wallace, that he finds the healing that he needs over the unexpected loss of his beautiful wife, Jess. And just keep everybody in your prayers. And hopefully with kids going back to school, everything's going well. We had a very rocky start to our school year here in Columbus. The teachers were on strike in Columbus public school system. And the first day of online school wasn't real good because people couldn't log in. So with the teachers on strike, it was just crazy. They finally got everything resolved. Yesterday and today were the first official day in classes for a lot of students here in town. So everybody's just trying to get back into the regular schedule. That's all I have for you this week. Again, if you haven't already, click the subscription button below and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. Keep on keeping on, you guys, because that's all we can do. And fall season is coming. Weather's starting to cool down. And looking forward to the change of the seasons. I'm starting to see pumpkin spice stuff out there. I like pumpkin spice. Sometimes it can be overdone, but I do like pumpkin spice. So I've had pumpkin spice coffee creamer, pumpkin spice breakfast bars, stuff like that, pumpkin spice donuts, stuff like that. So I do like a good pumpkin spice. So I'm looking forward to that. And we'll just see you soon. I'll probably have another update video here. Another couple weeks, hopefully, showing you some progress on some WIPGOs that I finished. That's my hope. AB Singo updates and all that stuff, hopefully in another 2 weeks or so. So with that being said, take care. keep on keeping on, because that's really all we can do, and we'll see you soon. Bye.